Today we'll start where we left last lecture. So we'll start from the point where we left last lecture. So we are talking about something which is referred to as problem formulation. A formal problem which can later be solved using state space search based methods, okay, can be represented using these five things. Okay, you require to define initial state. You'd require to define the description, give the description of possible actions given a state. Then you should be able to define the transition model, goal test, and path cost. So these are the five things which you require one after the other in order to define a formal problem. So we talked about that. There are various AI tasks, out of which the formal AI task that we are trying to generate a solution for them, and the solution is based on problem solving agents. If you remember, we are talking about a problem solving agent, and the problem solving agent would require a formal definition of the problem. The formal definition of a problem can be achieved by telling the problem what is the initial state, telling what is the description of possible actions that the agent can do. Third thing is what is the transition model. Now the transition model is a thing that is a bit new to you. Initial state, you can understand what it means. It means what is the state of the world as the agent sees when it starts solving the problem. So that's the initial state. So that is where you will define the initial configuration of the problem world. Okay, description of possible action would every time mean that given a state, you should be able to understand in that state what actions the agent is permitted to perform. So every time agents take a decision to uh, apply a particular action, he should know whether that action is a feasible action in that state or not. So you have to have a description of possible actions, and not all actions are applicable in a situation or in a state. Other thing that we discussed yesterday was the agent is working in a interactive manner and not going to have a single action to perform in order to satisfy the goal that it wants to achieve. The agent actually has to execute set of actions which are generally referred to as action sequence because they are sequenced in a specific order. That action sequence, when executed, we assume that from initial state, the world state turns gradually into the goal state at the end of the action sequence, as the action sequence ends. Next thing that we talked about yesterday is when the agent is trying to solve the problem, there may not be a single sequence of actions that may lead to the goal state. There may be various sequence of actions that may be arisen, और वो क्यों arise होते हैं? The reason behind that is there is some kind of actions available for the agent in a particular state. So once you apply one of that action, you start embarking or generating an action sequence which starts with that particular action. But there may be alternative action that might also be possible. And what you can generate because of that reason is a transition model, which tells you from an initial state, or the current state rather I should say, what all are the next state that are reachable given the valid set of actions. So I may uh, initially be in one of the, or I may be in a certain scenario in a state which may be referred to as S1 like this, and there could be two actions possible, action 1 and action 2. And this action 1 and action 2, when I apply these actions, I may reach to some state S2 or S3. Now whatever I am drawing over here is the graphical way of looking at the things, but you can consider that the transition model is something of this sort, where once you know the action, the state you are in, once you know the valid actions that are possible, you should be able to understand what are the belief states the world is going to be, or what are the states in which the world can transit to. So I may consider this to be the current generation or current state of affairs. Actions are what are possibly I can apply to the environment, and what I get instead over here is the next generation or the successors, as they are referred to as. So these are the successor states. I may actually use the, okay, so these states are successor states. So okay, this is the this may be referred to as the current state. Okay. And the algorithm that we discussed always does this particular activity. It sees what is the current state. It checks what are the possible actions in that state. So these are nothing but my possible actions. And based on this, it actually defines a transition model. Why it is called as transition? Because you're changing the state, and that's why it is called as transition model or state transition model. And you had come across such a way of looking at computations when you studied automata theory. A similar kind of viewpoint is put forth by the problem solving agent while formulating the problem. So formal problem जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ तो formal problem में ये ingredients होना जरूरी है. First is I should have an initial state, because एक कोई तो करंट स्टेट मेरे पास इनिशियली होना चाहिए जिससे ये सब जनरेशन ऑफ मल्टीपल जनरेशंस विल स्टार्ट. So initial state is that seed from where this entire set of generations can get uh, started. Okay. Next thing that I require is I should always know, if I am in a particular state, what are the possible actions. So I should be able to list or find out the possible actions. And the next thing that I should be knowing is the transition model. So the transition model tells me how to generate the next generation or the successor states. So from the given state, how to generate the successor states, that is what the transition model defines. Fourth thing that is important in the algorithm that I discussed yesterday, that is how the solution is obtained for a state space problem or an AI problem, which we are discussing, which the problem solving agent is actually solving, is with the goal test. Now what is the goal test? Say I'm in a particular current state Si or S1, as you see in the picture. I have choice of application of state action A1 and action A2, which will generate two states in my next generation, that is S2 and S3. It may be the case that one of those may be a goal node. That is, it may actually be a state which is representing the goal state. And the whole idea of doing this algorithm or applying this algorithm was to reach the goal state given the initial state. So initial state आपको पता है, तो उससे multiple action sequences use करके या at least one action sequence use करके you wanted to reach the goal state. That was the whole idea of the problem solving agent. And if S2 or S3, any one of them is goal state, then I need not continue expanding further using the transition model. So transition model मुझे क्या करता है, allow करता है, it allows me to expand my horizon. So I start with one single state, initial state. As I embark my journey over the transition model, I actually start adding more and more states to my current horizon or current known states. And as I walk over this collection of states, which is generally referred to as state space because it is a collection of states, as I walk over this collection of state, I use the path which is called as the set of actions. Okay, whenever I walk from S1 to S3, it is actually action A1 that I'm applying. Consider a path of length 2. Maybe I'm requiring that S3 is not a goal state, and I require to apply again the transition model, and let there be 3 possible states in this particular case. When I'm in S3, there are 3 possible actions that I can actually apply. Then I will have further these next state. And I don't know, there could be some names to them. I'm not writing their names, but what I want to say is, say suppose this is S4, only one state I'm naming. Now this particular sequence coming from S1 to S3 to S4 will require your agent to carry out two actions in a ordered manner. First, apply action A1, then apply action A2. So A1, A2 is my action sequence, but in terms of graph, if I visualize this transition model as a graph over two hops, this is nothing but a path from S1 to S4. Okay, so now important thing to understand is state space problem, or the problem that we are formulating for the problem solving agent to solve, requires you to first define initial state, second define the possible actions given a state. So I should be able to know what are valid and invalid action given a state, so that I can understand that from this state I can apply so and so many number of actions. Given these two things, I will be in a position to define the transition model that will be something like a function to which I will provide my initial state, or the current state rather, and I will provide the possible actions which will return me all the possible successor states. Once I have those successor states, I may check, is any one of those successor state a goal state. If it is, my job of reaching the goal state is just over. I just need to understand how did I generated this generation, because how did I actually reach to this goal state? There is just previous action I need to remember, and if I take these actions one step back at a time, so I'll roll back all my actions, I'll get a reverse sequence of actions which I just need to reverse, and I'll get the action sequence. Okay, possibly what I'm saying is I will expand S1 to generate S2 and S3. If S2 and S3 are not goal nodes, I will further decide to expand. Maybe this time I decide to expand S3. Then I'll generate three more states, which may be S4, S5, S6, and this middle one is S4. And let us suppose that S4 is a goal node. So how do I know that S4 is a goal node? To know that S4 is a goal node, I need to define a test criteria to check whether S4 matches the goal state. And suppose that I'm writing goal state as SG. Is a representation. It may be differently represented. And this is, please remember, when I'm referring to this state here, it's just an abstract representation. If I'm solving a particular problem, then this state would mean differently. तो जैसे कल के एग्जांपल में जहाँ पे हम लोग सिटीज को नेविगेट कर रहे थे, so being in a city is like my current state. So in Z or in Zeran, जो यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है, I'll just enlarge this. So the transition model, as what they were saying, so the transition model that as they have referred to over here is, so you'll give a state description. So the state description in this for this problem is being in a particular state. So this in Erad, this data structure is nothing but my current state. Okay, goes therein is nothing but the action that is possible. So why this goes Zerint action is possible? Because there is a road to go from Arad to Zerint. So these are two city names who were not present yesterday. We are actually talking about navigating a map in which we are starting from one city and we want to reach the specific city. In this case, the city that we want to reach is Bucharest. So my goal test would be a list of cities which I want to reach. And in this specific problem, my goal is to reach Bucharest. So my goal test would be to check whether the generated successor city, is it matching the goal node or goal state. Okay, so that is what the goal test does. So what I want for formulating a formal problem is, I want first the initial state, possible actions that are possible in every state. So once I get a state description, I should be able to predict what are the applicable actions. Okay, that's the two important thing that I should know. Then I should define a transition model that will give me, once I give it a current state and a set of actions, it would lend me, or it would yield me rather, set of successor states. Once I have this ingredient, the fourth thing that I require is I should be able to define a test that checks whether in this generation that I generated, is there any goal node? If there is a goal node in this generation, I should not worry about expanding them further. I should be just stopping my algorithm. So it's like a stopping criteria. So goal test is nothing but my loop termination criteria. So goal test positive means I have reached the goal. I may say I can organize it anyway. It's a Boolean test, whether my goal is reached or not. It will tell you that. So if you have organized it like a while condition, so while goal test fails, you continue looping. When the goal test is satisfied, you come out of it. तो ऑर्गेनाइज कैसे करना है कोड में, दैट इज योर हेडेक. Now important consideration here is, when I said that I was applying the transition model, I started with S1 node initially that we saw. Then we expanded it to these two nodes, S2 and S3, and I selected S3 over S2. That means I selected performing action A1 over action A2. Now why I chose action A1 over A2? There must be some reason to that, and that reason is built in the definition of the problem, and that's the fifth thing that you require while defining the problem. And that fifth thing is, it was written in this side, I did not read it earlier for you. So that fifth thing is the path cost. So it is what we need to evaluate always in deciding which action to do over the other. So that means, in other words, I should say, when I'm choosing between any one successor, okay, because what I did here was, when I started off with S1, I must have applied certain criteria to decide to expand S3 over S2. And that criteria is nothing but the path cost. Okay, so path cost defines the criteria which allows you to choose among the successors such that I may decide to first test S3 to be a goal node over S2 to be a goal node. Now, how every algorithm does this differs, how every algorithm evaluates the path cost differs, and how algorithm compute path cost, that differ. But there has to be some mechanism to know the path cost. Whenever I say path cost, I'm actually referring to the path. I'm not referring to a single hop. That you need to remember. So I'm actually referring to something like going from here to here and going from here to here. So this was, I guess, my action 2, and this was my action 1. I just rubbed it off, sorry for that. And then I actually, path cost means the cost of applying this action 2 and then this action 2 again. So 2 times action 2 apply karne ka, what is the cost? That is the path cost defined. So it is a cumulative cost kind of.